For a stream that has 500 viewers on a late stream, how did I make 10 bucks all night? That's terrible. Atrociously bad. And this has happened twice this week. Yesterday was a disaster day where I wasn't supported. Oh my God, I had a slow Street Fighter stream. That's it. World is ending, sky is falling, going out of business. Oh, said about a stream where I made $10 when I could have made 50,000 and I turned it down. Oh my God, now he's going to be e-begging all day. Thanks for the money, dummies. Banned, 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 banned. The camera's been on the whole time. Bouncy, bouncy. I'm actually a virgin. See this fucking piece of garbage disc? Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. Good morning, everyone. Tried a different kind of jump scare this morning. I wanted to see if it would work. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. I'm DSP. I hope that you're all ready for some chill fun today. So, I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling it, enjoying the cooler weather, although today I have to have my window closed temporarily because the landscapers are outside. And they are loud. I actually had the window open, and as I'm playing the intro to the podcast, the guy's coming by. It's like super loud. Like, oh my God, like it's so freaking loud. I may or may not be able to open that window. In fact, let's see. It's pretty dang loud. I guess we'll try. Maybe give it like a 20 minutes or a half an hour, and then we'll try it again. I want the fresh air, but what can you do? Obviously, you want to be able to hear me talk on a podcast, right? So this was a crazy week. When you really think back on everything we did this week, we actually had a really good react day. Look how bad that looks, right? It's so blurry, you can't even make out what's going on. So that's pretty cool. We had a good amount of Street Fighter content so far, with more coming tonight. Pretty good week, but I find myself at a point where I need your feedback. What I've noticed is a couple of things. Number one, whenever I seem to be playing a multiplayer game, I get more views, but they're all trolls. The views spike, but the regulars seem to not really be around talking that much, and or seem to be kind of upset. So I asked about it last night. I actually got some really constructive feedback that I'd like to share with all of you this morning. I want to talk about that because here's the thing. Moving forward, I'm going to have important decisions to make. Do I want to play Like a Dragon Gaiden? Do I want to start Lords of the Fallen? Do I want to play Modern Warfare 3 this year? And it's hard to judge that. So rather than ask and try to listen to all of your varying opinions, I try to base it off of support levels. Now, before we get to any of that, I'm just going to get this out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for supporting my content. I am an independent content creator. I don't have sponsorships, partnerships, deals with other companies to shill products and get paid for it. I don't run any ads on my streams, and that's because I don't have to slam a game unfairly and say negative things about it because I don't clickbait views. I'm a different kind of guy making curated content for a specific audience. If you like this kind of content, which obviously you do, please support it in any way that you can. Anything helps, whether it's a super chat or a super sticker during a stream, or a super thanks on a video, or a membership, or gifted membership, or tipping. Oh, he's always begging, and he's always asking for this and that. You're absolutely right. There's a good reason I'm doing this. In these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna have to buy a ton of games. In addition, I told you guys about this yesterday. We dipped 100 members in 2 days. Sadly, this month, my YouTube payment lands on a weekend. That means that payment gets delayed at least 2 to 3 days, if not longer. And I got bills that are coming due just a day or two after when it comes in. It sucks, but that's just reality. It's just a bad month because I have to pay a lot for games on top of the fact that my monthly payment is delayed. So tipping would be an absolutely great way for you to support the streams. I get tips right away, and I could put tips towards game cost until I get paid by YouTube. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm sitting here doing a special fundraiser with a special tips goal to raise. Everyone's time on this planet is incredibly valuable. To me, I want you to tip me when you're on my streams. That's asked for, required. Please give it to me. You guys have only a few days left to tip me. I want to reiterate this. If you have not yet tipped me, you have to do so. So please consider contributing via tips, and that is all I'm going to say. Done. I'm not going to keep bringing this up or anything. Just to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the show, not to harp on it all day. The best way that you could support my content would be tips. No big deal. By the way, now I think I can open the window because I think the guy's gone. I want air in here. I just opened the window. Here comes the fucking guy again. Isn't that great? I guess I gotta close the window again. This is ridiculous. As soon as he goes away, I open the window, then he comes right back. You know what's funny about it? When Wednesday's my day off, I swear to God, they come later. Why are they out there now? It's as if they watch my streams and they time it perfectly. Anyway, all right. So now let's get into our 2 topics that I really want to talk about. The first thing we should do is go through the schedule for the next week. Here we go. Schedule. Tonight on the late stream, yes, I am going to do another late night stream of Street Fighter 6 Master Blanka gameplay. Why Master Blanka? Because I got your feedback, and the feedback was essentially, don't play Lily. I had more than like 5 people directly say, don't play Lily anymore. Wow, really? Why? Like, after watching you play with her last night, that's just not fun to watch. She's too low tier to actually watch you have fun. Last night, with Lily, I lost an insane amount. Lose, lose, lose. We want more Blanka. Do not ever play Lily again. So I'm going to give you what you want tonight. I even wore the Blanka shirt because you guys wanted Blanka. And I got a green background, all for Blanka tonight. Now, I'm well aware that me playing this game so much has already killed some interest. I get that. And the streams, if you notice, the attendance has dwindled. Let's be honest, DSP gaming is no longer as prominent or popular as it used to be. Let's be honest, those days are over. It's not a ginormous mainstream audience. I know that. Now, you may have noticed the omission of Lords of the Fallen. That's correct. I'm not playing Lords of the Fallen this coming week. Why not? Very simply put, it's an ultra difficult game. If I start Lords of the Fallen this week, I won't have time for the next 4 games. You got Lords of the Fallen competing with Sonic, competing with Mario, competing with Spider-Man 2, and Alan Wake 2 as well. That's bad. They should have maybe delayed it, because now it's right smack dab in the middle of a bunch of other games that are going to take attention away from it. If I bump any of those games, they will not get the interest that they need, and likely would be failed playthroughs. So there you have it. That's why I'm not playing Lords of the Fallen. So there you go. Keep in mind, I'm doing a Halloween event on Halloween. It is a marathon all day long where I'm playing horror games. Now, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be stupid. During that day, I'll do a little bit of drinking, which I haven't done in a while. I hope you guys will join me for that. It should be a really fun one. All right? Cool. The other one thing I want to remind you all, I have a feedback thread. Did you know that? Yes, there is. I'm taking in your feedback. We're going to go through the suggestion box a little bit every day. Hey, is this a good idea? Let's put it on a list of stuff maybe we can implement. Please continue to suggest things for improvement in that way as well. All right? Now let's talk about the topic at hand, night streams that have been going on recently. Okay? So here's the deal. I've noticed a pattern. Allow me to explain. I've noticed over the last couple of weeks that my late night streams, particularly when the late night stream is a game that I have to put a lot of attention into. If I'm playing competitive Street Fighter, or if I'm playing Call of Duty, super hyper focused on the match to survive and get kill streaks, I can't just be sitting here and watching the chat and talking with you guys. It's about this. It's about, oh my God, we gotta focus, right? In those situations, I've noticed 2 distinct things that are going on, okay? Distinct thing number 1, viewership actually spikes, but it spikes for the wrong reason. If viewership spiked because people were coming onto the stream because they were excited, oh my God, Phil's doing a competitive multiplayer game and we like seeing him play those, that's one thing. But what I'm noticing is it's not that. Sadly, it is a negative element. What does that mean? Well, if you see me playing a competitive game, I likely will be losing. People like to see me rage. That's fine. If you enjoy it, good. Come to the streams. But sadly, going hand in hand with that attention spike that I get when I play those games comes a lot of annoyance and trolling in the chat. Sadly, they come to the chat, they want to see me play this game, and what happens is there's 20 new accounts in the chat they've never seen before. They've all been created within the last week, so funny how that's just a coincidence. And they're all just sitting there being toxic jerks. You see, Phil sucks at this and that. Haha, I'll be playing Street Fighter. Phil just sucks. See, that's an amazing player, and they're spanking Phil, and he just can't take it. It's like a 4-year-old on a schoolyard teasing someone in the corner. No one wants to see or hear that nonsense. Let's say I'll notice someone's being toxic, so I'll ban them, and then I'll go back to playing. Oh, why'd he get banned? Who banned him? What's going on? Banning. Oh, the ban. Oh, it's too censored here. Oh. And this is what the whole chat becomes. All right? It's hard for me to recognize this and focus on it because I'm playing the game. When I'm playing the game, that's my focus. If I'm not paying attention to a competitive game, why am I playing it? I might as well not even play at all. I'm trying to win. So here's the thing. I acknowledge what you're saying. I agree with you and I apologize, but there's nothing I can do, right? I can't pay attention to it all when I'm playing multiplayer games. This is a concerted effort from people who don't like me to try to come by and purposefully derail my streams. People tried doing that during my Chrono Trigger playthrough and they got smacked the fuck off the stream and never came back. It sounds like the issue is moderation. Phil, why don't you just have more moderators? What's going on with that? Well, let's be transparent about it. I used to have way more moderators. I did 15 to 20 moderators at one point. Everyone complained there were too many mods and people didn't like it. They actually got upset. There was too much moderation. So at one point, I actually advised everyone, let's make the chats a little bit more free, a little bit more open. Let's give people more of an opportunity to talk more. And if people are razzing me and doing memeing, it's fine. Let me be the ultimate person to determine what's allowed and what's not, okay? When I decided to be more lenient with moderation, essentially what happened is some moderators fell out of interest of being moderators. We had a few people who left. They said, I'm just too busy. I'm not going to do it anymore. They stopped really caring as much. And let's be honest, these trolls have definitely focused in on the late night multiplayer sessions as the ones that they've realized they can try to ruin. They know that now. Hyper focused on those streams. Now, here's the other half of why this is a bad thing. If you're coming to watch me play a multiplayer game, but all you're seeing in the chat is toxic shit, Phil sucks ass, who the hell wants to stick around for that? And here's the feedback I got. We don't want to come to your late night multiplayer streams anymore. It's just a bunch of shitty assholes crapping all over everything. It's not a positive, fun environment to be in. You try to play the game and sometimes you fail and you get upset. And then when you go back to the chat, all you see is trolling and it pisses you off and it just makes it a toxic environment and we don't want to be there. The regulars are actually telling me we don't want to come to your late night multiplayer streams anymore. There's not enough moderation, so the trolls are not under control. And because the trolls aren't under control, they derail the stream when you're playing. So you don't have a good time, we don't have a good time, therefore we're not going to be there to support it. That's what's going on. That's exactly the feedback I received, and I was shocked by a few people who actually sent me that message because I was like, I didn't think of it that way. So the question is, what do we do to remedy the situation? So my philosophy was just ignore the trolls. Just ignore the trolls. Just ignore the trolls. Well, you can't just ignore the trolls. They can still be intrusive to life, to stream, to whatever it is. They still can find a way to negatively affect stuff. That Modern Warfare 3 stream the other night, I had a blast. I had a crazy kill streak. I got Juggernaut and I was running through the map squishing people. It was fun as shit. And then to find out, wow, trolls just invaded and people weren't enjoying it in the chat and that's why I had no support, that's telling. You know what I'm saying? So there's basically a few ways to go about this. Number one, I can try to get more moderators. Now that's a tough one. Why? Because it's hard to trust people these days. A lot of these people literally sit in chat and pretend to be positive elements just to find out later on they're catfishing. That happened twice to me, where there's someone who sits in chat for a whole freaking year and pretends to be a person that they're really not. They've invented an entire persona up. It's completely fabricated. And then they'll say, hey, I offer my services. I'd like to help you out as a moderator. So we give them a chance as a moderator. And the next thing you know, all of a sudden one day, they're banning a ton of people in the chat for no good reason. They're saying awful things, you know. I leaked secret moderator conversations. They'll leak like the secret discussion server. We're sitting there all day discussing clandestine plans about my streams and content. I talk about my deep personal life and stuff on there. They're just idiots. But just think about that. Someone who would sit around for a year on a stream pretending to be someone else, actively chatting, acting positive, just to find out it's someone else. This has happened with Marl. This has happened with Plumgorl. If people are willing to go that far to fake it, who do you trust? I don't know. Right now, I can tell you I trust every moderator I have because I only have a few left. But what I've noticed is that they're not coming by to the late night streams and they're definitely not coming by to the late night multiplayer streams. Hey guys, can you come by and moderate a little more? I'm being bossy and telling them what to do. Anyway, solution number one to the problem would be try to find more trustworthy moderators. Will they actually come and support and be real people, or are they going to be some secret troll and then they're not going to help at all, right? If the solution is to add more moderators, how on earth do I find people who are dependable moderators? Wily Coyote re-upped his membership for 14 months saying 672 for moderator. 672 does not want to be a moderator. Oh, I nominate this person for mod, this person for mod. No, that's not for you to decide. That's not for you to put their name forward. In fact, I find that offensive. I'm the person who runs this stream. No one else does. I'm the one. Anyone who's a moderator for someone like me is a target. So now you're nominating someone to be a target. Wow, do you feel good now, Wily Coyote, or do you feel like an asshole? Because honestly, you should feel like an asshole. Like, don't try to put someone's name forward and pressure them to do something they don't want to do. Okay? Number two, the other option would be that I play multiplayer games on day streams instead. If I'm going to play a Modern Warfare 3 beta, it's a daytime stream. But if that's the case, you understand what's going to happen. That means that I make way less progress in the narrative-based games because I'm playing them on night streams rather than daytime streams, you know? I want to know, what do you guys think? Should I actively seek to get more moderators? Is that not a good idea? Should it be that I switch the streams? Or is that not a good idea? What should I seek to do? See, now here you go. Dabhan says, well, as a UK viewer, I don't want to miss story-based games. If they're at night, 3 a.m. my time, I'll miss them. You can't win, right? Either way, I'm a loser. I lose no matter what. Now, just so you guys know, I reached out to my moderation team this morning. I actively asked them all to step up and actually help moderate on the late night multiplayer streams. I'm getting feedback from my longtime viewers and supporters telling me I'm not entertaining, the stream is not fun. Yeah, and then it's funny too, because I will address this too. This is a good time to address it. Every once in a while I get a newcomer. Why on earth do you have sub-only mode? What are you, crazy? If a newcomer comes to your stream, they want to talk right away, and they have to wait 24 hours to talk on your stream. That turns off tons of people and they leave and never come back. You really were not here during that time period when I jumped from Twitch to YouTube. It was wildly insane. Trolls coming in by the droves on cloned accounts. Bot 1, bot 2, bot 3, all spamming. Racist, sexist, toxic, insulting, doxing, all in the chat constantly. And there was no way to stop it. It was non-stop spam. It wasn't until sub-only mode that we were able to shut that shit down. They realized they're only going to get one chance a day to troll, and they're impatient and they don't want to wait, so they don't bother with it. You see? If we turned that off, the floodgates would open, and you think the night streams are bad. Now, if I turned off the sub-only mode, the stream would be unmanageable, completely unmanageable, and no one would have a good time. But people don't understand that. They actually don't get it. If I want to fail, I want to fail because of me and my content. I don't want to fail because of outside influences like trolls. That's terrible. That's a horrible reason to fail. So we got to fix this. We have to. So let's work on it together. And the only way we're going to figure that out is feedback. I'm all ears. My ears are open. Speak to me and let me know what you think. Because I refuse to have my content ruined by outside forces like that. So there you go. Okay, let's do shout-outs. We start off today with Pimpin' Pat, who re-upped his membership for 5 months and says, cheers to 5 months. Have you lost weight? Yes, I have. I've lost a lot of weight, you know, and that's good. My ideal weight is supposed to be 185. I don't think I'm ever going to get there. My metabolism ain't so good. Most dinners these days are high-calorie, fatty things. That's pretty much all I eat, you know? When I buy ingredients, I always buy the one what has those ingredients that are bad for you. I always go for that. And it's great. I wake up now and I feel like a slug that feels like shit. I wake up like, oh my God, I feel like shit. I gotta roll out of bed now. My legs hurt. Now I can barely move around the house. This is not good. That's how I felt. My back's killing me today. Okay, continuing on. Lord Prince Albert did a super chat this morning. Was GorillaPimp one of the scumbags? He was funny. I have no idea. GorillaPimp was a weirdo. He would come on some streams and he'd be totally positive and fun. And then all of a sudden, he would show up and be like a toxic jerk. If he's in a good mood, he's a nice guy. And if he's in a bad mood, he just wants to be a jerk trolling everyone, including me and others. It's like, what is going on here? Breakfast! He got banned and unbanned and banned and unbanned. At one point, you lose track. You don't give a shit anymore, right? Cursed No Thick did a super chat. You gotta profit off your trolls. Install text-to-speech super chats and let the trolls pay to hate. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank. You're right. I could laugh all the way to the bank at the expense of putting out positive, meaningful content. I refuse to have my content ruined for personal benefit. Years ago, I could have implemented toxic shit, trolling shit in my content, right? Drama content, and I would have been good at it too. I know I would have been good at it. I want people to come to my content to see what's the new hottest toxic drama today. Who could we slam? Who could we insult? That's what I want, to cash in on drama. That's all I care about. Lord Prince Albert did another super chat. What if you host a tribunal segment where chat will decide if we should ban certain viewers? 672's time has finally come. It will be time for ultimate judgment. What the heck is going on, man? All right, we got a few tips to shout out today. First tip of the day, a $5 tip came in from Dan the Man. He says, hey, Phil, what's going on, Dan? It's good to see you, and thank you for the support. You tip, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you for that, Dan. Oh, no. Radical Jaws just did a super chat. I can't talk until tomorrow. I accidentally unsubbed. That sucks, Radical Jaws. That stinks. Hold on one second. Hold on. See, I'm in the wrong spot. Here we are. That's the wrong menu again. How did I get to the wrong menu again? Radical Jaws, try to talk in the chat right now. Are you still here? If you're still here, try to speak in the chat right now. I guess it didn't work, huh? Shit. Because there's an ability to make someone who you trust an approved chatter. Well, sorry, Radical Jaws. I did make you an approved chatter, but sadly you can't talk. I'm sorry, man. I tried. Oh, well. I tried my best. Sorry about that. I guess you have to chat tomorrow. I received a $1 tip. What this person is saying is, if you have a good daytime stream, then you shouldn't care what you make on the night stream. You have missed the point. You understand? Just because you're a shitbag and all you believe is toxic shit so you can make toxic content about me, doesn't make what you say true. I want every stream to be great. And I'm not satisfied when I have streams like that aren't. Oh, I'm just happy with how the day stream went. Oh, well, let the night streams go to hell. You're out of your mind. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. You watched the detractor video. Stop it. I want you to clear your mind. I want you to pretend like my detractors don't exist. I want you to pretend like I'm just saying something fresh for the very first time, okay? My philosophy on content creation that has worked for 15 years is that if you're making positive and fun content, and if your viewers are enjoying the content, they will reciprocate by supporting said content. My goal is to put out entertaining enough content for you guys that I can make you entertained enough that you'll want to support that content because you liked it so much you want to see it continue. All right? So it stands to reason if there's a stream that doesn't get support, you'll wonder why. What was the reason? What was the root cause? Oh, well, your daytime stream did really well with support, so you shouldn't even care about your nighttime stream, and I'm offended that you do. That's absolutely ridiculous. You've missed the point. I'm not complaining that the support was low all day. No one said that. How did I make 10 bucks all night? That's terrible. Oh, where's the dollar signs, right? If I have a stream where it's very slow, it makes me feel like I failed. It makes me feel like I've done a bad job. I'm supposed to be giving you content you like and you want to continue. So why on earth would I be happy with a slow stream? I shouldn't be. It's a moot point that over the course of the day, it was a good day. It would be the same as saying you operate a sandwich shop and the sandwich shop had a really good day, but then at night, the entire shop was dead. Well, why was the shop dead at night? I don't want my shop to be dead at night. I want people to enjoy my product all day long. Why would you be happy with only people coming at the one time and not the other? You want everyone to enjoy it all day long. Should I just be grateful for everything so much that I never ask for improvements and therefore we just sit here and just accept it all? You're approaching it from the wrong direction. All you care about is what this says down here. You should care about what's up here. Someone tipped $1 and said, I think that 90% of chat is LARPers and trolls. This has been going on for years. You want to know the truth? The vast majority of people who support me are my trolls. I received a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man. Thank you very much, 1 Minute Man. And again, just to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the show, the best way that you could support my content would be tips. I have to afford quite a few games in a short period of time, the next 2 to 3 weeks. Bobblehead Dwarf says, why not delay buying all those games till after you get your YouTube payment? Because there's 3 of them before the payment. So you want me to sit around playing nothing? Because I'd have no games to play then. So I'm just sit here doing nothing for a week? It doesn't work like that. 672, someone's impersonating you, huh? Someone tried to get you in trouble? Now that's really dumb. Here's why that's really dumb. Obviously it's not you. It doesn't have your crown next to the name. If I ban them, it doesn't affect you. Obviously I'm immediately gonna know it wasn't really you, right? What a dunce. Zeladon did a super chat. He says, I want the magic 8 ball. All right, how about this? Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for this? From now on, the magic 8 ball is now valid for any $8 contribution. It's all valid. So Zeladon, you may ask the magic 8 ball a question. We'll do it as a nice thing for super chatters as well. Zeladon, you can ask the 8 ball a question. Just type it in the chat and tag me, okay? Well, if Zeladon asks a question to the 8 ball, I'll answer it, but he hasn't asked one. I told him just tag me in the chat. He hasn't asked, so I'm looking. Nope, I didn't miss it, right? Here it is. Zeladon wants to know, will Spider-Man 2 be a flop of a game? The 8 ball says most likely. Oh, yikes. Okay, I think, guys, we got to end the podcast. We went a little late today. Thank you to those who give me this kind of feedback, and I thank you all for that. All right? Guys, thank you so very much, and I really appreciate you chilling with me. Look at me, everyone. Hey, look at me. Come on, look. Woo, 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 woo. That's just DSP. He's a moron. Just ignore him. He'll go away.